into me on that one. Actually, Mr. Palmore has two cases. Are we pleading both or?
Yes, same resolution in both, Judge.
Okay. Then two cases are called 24 CR 1525 and 1526. The state of Texas versus Ronnie Weir Palmore. That is you, present, with Ms. Manaldo, your attorney, and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive formal readings of these indictments and arraignments here? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, Judge.
In summary, each of these indictments similarly allege that on or about January 5th, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas, in 24 CR 1525, you committed the third degree felony of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. And in 1526, you committed the second degree felony of illegal possession of cocaine. Do you understand what you're charged with in the indictments?
Yes, sir.
Are we doing?
Just on paragraph 1, Judge. It's for straight probation.
Mhm.
That's correct.
Was he
No, he's not, Judge. We had this issue last time and I had spoken with Mr. Boyd and the intention was to amend the indictment to remove that 2010 issue because that's not from the prior conviction judgments that we have. That is not a new conviction of any kind. That should not be listed in the indictment. However,
the failure to register?
from 2010, yes.
That
yes,
was,
Judge.
he was not.
That is not a new conviction. That's not an added conviction. So that.
What do you mean by
paragraph-
that? That he was never convicted of that?
He was convicted of it in 2008. Which is
Along
the
with the other
paragraph
ones?
above, yes.
Oh, okay.
But it is not a new date. It is not a subsequent date.
Where'd they come up with that?
The paperwork is honestly outstanding.
Is what?
Outstanding.
What does that mean?
It's just, it is mind boggling how Cotton County did this. But it is not habitual
It
status
says Dallas County,
or Dallas County.
which is right next to Colorado.
But that 2010 is not a new
Oh,
conviction.
we don't. But he could be enhanced 1 degree.
1 degree, yes.
So actually, you are exposed here to up to life imprisonment as a punishment range if the whole indictment in 1526 was used. Do you understand? That's why you can't, any felony you commit above a state jail felony, you are looking at up to life imprisonment. If it's a
If it's a
second degree or better. Okay, and after today, any, you're about to get convicted, even though you're going to be placed on probation, but after today, a felony above a state jail felony subjects you to 25 years minimum to life imprisonment.
And we've discussed that. He's aware of that.
You are, do you appreciate and understand how important that is? You're not a very old person and that got a long life. So you live it responsibly. All right. In, again, in 1525, the unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon, you are looking at up to 10 years in prison for that, right?
And if the enhancement is sought at, if we were to go to trial, it could be up to 20. It's a 1-level enhancement, Judge.
Why are we doing that if it's regular probation? Okay, all right. We're just using,
him of all.
we're just using paragraphs 1
Yes,
in
we
each
are all
case.
proceeding
All
in
right.
paragraph 1.
You're looking at no less than 2 nor more than 10 years confinement in prison and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed in 1525, where you're charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a previous conviction because of a previous conviction. And y'all are using the second slide. The Collin County conviction out of 2008 aggravated sexual assault. So the punishment range in that case Yes. Do you understand the punishment range you're looking at? No less than 2, no more than 10 years confinement in prison and a fine up to $10,000. In 24 CR 1526, illegal possession of cocaine, that's a second degree felony. You are looking at no less than 2, no more than 20 years confinement in prison and a fine up to $10,000 would be assessed in that case. They're all serious. You understand the punishment range you were looking at? Agreements have been reached in each case where you would be pleading guilty, sentenced to 10 years in prison, found guilty, sentenced to 10 years in prison. That sentence shall be suspended. You would be placed on regular probation for 10 years on each case. There would be terms and conditions of probation, which are normal and customary for these type of offenses. Is that your understanding of the agreements? Yes. If I follow these agreements, you have no right of appeal of your cases. Do you understand? Yes. Doing it this 2025, and I believe this.
No new tablets yet, Judge.
They're here. They're here. They're being programmed right now.
Oh, yeah, the coordinators are taking them for test drives. Well, and these agreements are applicable for each case, the same agreements. You would be sentenced to 10 years in prison. Those sentences would be suspended in each case and you would be placed on regular probation for 10 years. I'm going to show you.
Yes.
Do you understand the plan, what you're subject to in the sentencing ranges in each case? And are you going to be pleading guilty in each of these cases?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead in each of these cases? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
In each of these cases, I show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign those documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand them, discuss them with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct?
Yeah.
State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence and without
No.
objection admitted. Among other things, these state that you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. You are doing these freely and voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. You will give the crimes charged in any less than included offenses. You are giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses, and totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All true, this state, so help you God.
Yes.
State's Exhibit 1 in each case made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence reports are made.
Yes, Judge.
I will follow these agreements and find you are pleading guilty voluntarily. You are competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted in each case to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and I so find you guilty of the third degree felony of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon in 1525, and the second degree felony of illegal possession of a controlled substance, namely cocaine, in 1526. I'm following these agreements. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 10 years. You want that to sink in, because if you fail, your probation could be revoked and you could be sentenced up to 10 years in prison on each case. I'm going to suspend those sentences and place you on probation. There will be these terms and conditions of probation, which will be reviewed with you by the probation officer. Make sure you follow these. We don't want you to get revoked, but most importantly, these are 2 more felony convictions. Your next felony, you're looking at, you're subject to habitual felon status, which means a minimum of 25. I hope that would inspire you to follow the rules. if nothing else does. You know?